Yo, welcome back, y'all. Here with the homie Blaze the God. It's fresh. This is hustle culture. Blaze,
What's up?
today, today, y'all. We here to talk
See, man,
about.
hold on, wait. This the prolonging of a conversation that a man does not want to have.
What you
You
got?
see, you see how long it took him to say what this topic was about. He do not want to talk about this.
Man, listen, dog.
My bad. Go ahead, continue, my brother. I'm sorry. I just had to point out the obvious.
Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all flat out. This nigga Joe Budden put him in the same category as 6ix9ine.
You cannot put him in the same category.
Yes,
But
you
okay.
can. He always on fuckery. There's always some fuckery around his name. Put him in the same category.
Yeah, but he ain't snitched though, man.
Hey, might as well.
Man, nah.
Might as well.
You doing the max, bro.
Fucking up people's bag and shit. Motherfuckers can't get their good monies. They want to know where is my percentages?
Look. One thing I will say is, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying. I fucks with Joe. I love what he does. I love his podcast. I love his show. I love all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? He's a very entertaining person, and I respect a lot of his viewpoints. Not all of them, but a lot of them. But this one right here, I don't know. It's kind of got me looking at Joe a little funny now, because you know what I'm saying. I'm actually hearing the full side. Anyway, I'm gonna let Fresh take it over in a second. But to get to what we're talking about, obviously, you know by now, those who are in tune know what happened, and those who don't, I'm gonna bring you up to speed. Joe Budden, the Joe Podcast or the Joe Budden Network, has now fired Rory. I don't know neither one of their last names. The white guy with the red hair. And then Maul, you know, buddy that like to paint his fingernails, he got rid of them. You know, they
Wait. The black brother like the what?
You about to get on the fingernail painting thing. Yeah, it's one of them little trends he follows, the painting of the fingernails and whatnot.
The black dude.
Yeah. It's one of the it's that Hollywood junk, man. I don't know.
Oh.
We average everyday
kind of Hollywood money.
Know. Huh?
That nigga ain't got Hollywood money.
Oh, he got money. They got both of them. Maul and Rory they both got money. Like that. That's the one thing that I've never underestimated. And then given, you know, from what I've learned about their background and their history, they've had money and they've been in the inner circle with the industry and all that. They've been around all of that. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, you know better than me.
Well, I mean, yeah, because I watched the show, so you know what I'm saying. I know
you be watching that weird ass shit.
Nah, man, I like to keep up with just like people like to watch us.
I felt like they had a good combination. I rock with, you know what I'm saying. The other two cool. I don't fuck with Joey. Joey is that nigga, dog. See, that's the thing. Put that nigga in the box with 6ix9ine. Fuck it, dog.
No, see, look, I can't put him in. If you want to put him in the box with Kanye, I'll give you that. The box with 6ix9ine, I can't do that. I don't. No.
That nigga Joe don't got no medication though.
Joe got mental health issues.
Boy. Exactly. That's my point. Have we diagnosed?
We don't know if he taking medicine.
That nigga need to go to the nutty ward. Put him in that jacket. Something wrong with him.
Nah, I mean, I mean, yeah, he talks about his mental health issues and stuff like that, but I think not saying that Joey is right, but I think that, you know, a lot of his issues is from his previous dealings in the industry and things that he's dealt with. You know what I mean? And sometimes people with mental health issues tend to suffer from PTSD, you know what I'm saying? And they don't know how to handle certain situations because they're so used to it. So they're easily triggered, you know what I'm saying, by a lot of things. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what Joe's problem is. Joe is easily triggered. And he has to remind himself to bring himself back in. But there's certain things that, you know what I'm saying, like a person like Joe, that reminder don't work for him all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you remember when that boy was reactive with the Migos sitting there and they looking like, what the fuck wrong this nigga, dog? You can see it though. How he jumped up. You like, what the fuck? Something ain't right with this dude.
Yeah, but you.
That was overreactive. I don't want to hear that. You get
No. I ain't said no. I'm not speaking in favor of it. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, Joe was always one of those, especially during that time. He was still trying to bring himself away from being a rapper. You know what I'm saying? So you got to look at he's a lyrical, what you call a spiritual lyrical master worker. You know what I'm saying? and like he listening to them at that time. He like, I don't like none of these little niggas. But he's grown and he's adapted when it came to that aspect. As far as the money situation, go ahead, play the clip. We'll get into it. Play the clip. We get right into it. Go, we good.
Here's the question of the day. How does it make sense to you to have such strong actions against the people that were with you as you built the brand that you now stand on and demand respect for? This brand that has allowed you to not only succeed and have success has been accompanied by your partners. Work for hires maybe, but they're your partners.
I got something to say.
Please.
So while I agree with you, we never ask you what you got coming in. Mm-hmm. And if we did, we know you wouldn't fire us, but would you feel some type of way about that?
No, which is why I open up the dialogue all the time. You guys don't ask because you're always in the know. Like there's never a dark circle or a door that can't be opened. Like I think the one thing that we've done very well, and I'll say this on air, I'll give this information for other people that are doing things with their friends, with their brothers, whomever in business. A lot of these relationships get messed up. The relationship and business kind of cross lines.
So long story short, I'm gonna get right into saying the pieces that I've caught, and I understand.
Yeah.
So the original thing stemmed from Rory having an issue with Joe Budden.
Mm-hmm.
They had a little on scene, back and forth, kind of like, well, more so Rory had a little issue making sly comments,
And Rory's the white boy.
Yeah. Offering to fight Joe Budden a couple times because, they weren't as cool as they used to be or whatever over, this particular issue. And what this particular issue is, now that I'm starting to find out, more and listening, Rory and Maul have a contract based off percentage of the show. What percentages they have, I don't know. I didn't get into all of that. I just wanted to hear the base underline of what was going on. So I didn't really care about the numbers and what they had, all of that. But basically they had percentage. And in their contracts with their lawyers, the contract also, it was contractual quarterly audits.
Mm-hmm.
Back in 2019, I guess they only had maybe one audit since 2019, right? I guess there was a situation where it was $400,000 missing or a $400,000 error somewhere. Rory, like, yo, what's this? Got in touch with the accounting agency. They cleared it up and fixed it some kind of way or whatever. But Rory now is like, okay, we need to really stay up on this because this is a $400,000 mistake that we can't afford, right? And they're looking at it as, we've been asking for this audit, we ain't been getting this audit, so we kind of wondering why it's been that we ain't been getting this audit. Oops, here's a $400,000 mistake. Now it looks funny. We're not accusing anybody of stealing any money, but it does look funny now. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so here we are, 2020, COVID. There's a lot of shit that happened in COVID. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people didn't benefit of the same thing. But honestly, the Joe Budden podcast still did good 2020. They did really phenomenal 2020.
Mhm.
People were still watching them. I know I was one of them that became a super big fan. Though over the course of the time I was watching them, 2020, it was nothing to do. So I was watching Joe Budden podcast. It was interesting.
Right.
Fast forward up to, a few months ago. I guess they were having issues. So things were being said. Rory made subliminals about wanting to fight, or directly came out and said he wanted to fight Joe a couple times on the air. It was an issue. Joe told Rory not to come into the show no more for a little bit or whatever without having a conversation. They didn't like the way that worked. Maul decided, since Joe Budden told Rory not to come to work, Maul wasn't going to come to work either, because they felt like it was tasteless and disrespectful, or however. I mean, y'all gotta watch the clip to get the word for word, because I'm not quoting anybody. I'm just giving my loose translation of it. Anyways, long story short, they come back on the show. They everything out on the show. They were supposed to reach to another level, and somehow the conversation got brought back up in the midst again, I guess, or whatever. And Joe fired them both.
That's the bullshit. That's that fuck shit that I don't. That's that old super reactive. Fuck it. This is what we on right now type shit that Joe Budden be on.
To Joe Budden's point, though, it's Joe Budden's show. It's a Joe Budden podcast. It's his name. It's on his YouTube channel. He owns pretty much everything on there. The thing where Joe Budden
just disrespect them brothers like that, that's okay.
No. See, okay, but this is the thing. There's two sides to every story, and then there's the truth. Right? You got Marlon and Rory's story and how they see things. You got Joe Budden's story, and they both gonna call them the absolute truth or their truth, or however they want to word it. But the fact of the matter is this, right? From what I'm gathering, Joe Budden is a dickhead for his move. I ain't saying he ain't. Like you say, he's overreactive. He reacted way too fast, way too quick, way too fast. Especially for these to be your homies. These supposed to be your homies. These ain't just co-workers. These ain't people that just work with you. These are your homies.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You don't react like that. I feel where they was coming from when, Rory and Maul wasn't on the show. He had already had standing and feelings that looked funny, and it didn't feel right on their behalf. For me, I'm just a viewer, so it didn't matter to me none. That's their drama. I don't really care about it. But we covering it now. but to Rory and Maul's standpoint, though, contractually, if you have a contractual agreement, you should uphold that contractual agreement, even if you do have a contract among friends. Your line between business and friendship should never cross, and if it does ever cross, your friendship is more important, and you make sure that you maintain your friendship first, especially over something that seemed to be this small.
And one thing I'm gonna throw in there and say real quick is listening to Kevin Hart. He has he's one of the only times I've ever heard, man, where he got his friends, whether they was friends before or after business, to where everything is laid on the table. What I've come to understand through just my personal experiences with people is you start off as friends, and when shit get into business, shit get ugly. You know what I'm saying? We talking about money, Blaze. We at the ground floor. It's motherfucking millions of dollars on the table. I've seen shit change. I've seen motherfuckers get weird. Everything start acting different. Somebody, you know what I mean? It just shit, it's crazy. But so people got to be aware of that. That's my point. You get to doing business and money get involved, and it's thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars. Shit not gonna be the same as when y'all both broke or y'all just starting off.
But see, and that's another thing too. I'm glad you brought it up, because you and I, you know what I'm saying, you my brother, you know what I'm saying, we friends, you like my brother. And we doing this is essentially a business that we starting together.
Yeah.
The reason why this topic is important is because, you know what I'm saying, like for the dynamics of you and I. You get what I'm saying? Like we gotta let this be an example, and even for those out there who are doing the same thing that you and I are doing, being, you know what I'm saying, friends and and family working together and doing things together.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah.
And then take this
Yeah.
as a guideline to not be like, you know what I'm saying? Not do. You gotta understand business is gonna be business, and your personal relationship with that individual or individuals should never, you know what I'm saying, cross those lines to where you have that type of turmoil and conflict inside of what you got going on. I mean, you can hurt your business, you can hurt your brand, you can hurt the relationship between you and your friends
And
and
once
your loved
fucking
ones.
egos get involved, is usually hard to repair it once, because then this shit don't feel right. The energy don't even feel right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And like you know, you and I, we didn't, you know, we was doing music way before all of this. You were saying like, we didn't bump heads, called each other all type of whatever, all our names, and
we was in the country going at it, boy.
Pump the chest up, ready for whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? We did.
And it was just a disagreement, though. That's the craziest thing. It was just a disagreement. Like, you felt one way, I felt another. It wasn't no, and it's crazy when you think, damn, what's it?
Man, it was a long time ago.
I know it's hard to remember, but it was just a disagreement. It was over some music shit about some kids. That was crazy.
We didn't got it to over the dumbest of the dumbest. But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like, your pride and your ego, put them aside, especially when you're talking to your brother, when you're talking to your sister, you know what I'm saying? When you're talking to somebody that you care about, that you work with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that you building with. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
and outside of business. Because y'all, you know this too. When you friends with somebody, y'all do business, and then y'all just go wherever y'all go and go chill. You know what I'm saying? Go and party or whatever. So
I mean, like I said, this is the reason why, you know what I'm saying, it's important. It was important for me to touch on this because, you know what I'm saying, like, I'm looking at from the outside looking in, I'm looking at what's going on over here, and I'm like, man, I hope I don't ever cross that road with any of my brothers or any of my sisters when it comes to business or anything, because when it gets to that point, I'll wash my hands of all business ties just to keep my relationship, because there's always other opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Like, for this podcast joint, I could start my own podcast. I ain't gotta do the trash talking of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? My loved ones always gonna be my loved ones. I ain't never.
Yeah.
But this is just a prime example, bro. Come on, man. We've been watching, like, for real. We've been watching, like, people been watching the Joe Budden podcast, Joe Budden, Rory, and Maul.
Yeah.
For years. They've been doing this for a minute.
That nigga. I don't like Joe, dog. I don't like Joe. Like, I can listen to some of the old music. And this is the thing I want y'all to realize. I rock with Joe Slaughterhouse Joe. I rock with Joe pump it up. So when people get to thinking it's just, I got a reason to hate on Joe. Joe attitude is bipolar. You all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Like, you reactive. It is no, bro. So that's the part I don't like about the nigga. You embarrassing everybody. Reactive. Yeah, you embarrassing everybody. You make everybody that you like me and you talked about this too, and I'm gonna say this again. He could have ended that show professional, and that was the last one. I felt like, I don't know, in my mind, this nigga did this shit all as a hype, as a scheme, and then he talking about they've been feeling this way for a certain amount of time. You mean to tell me y'all ain't talk about this, but y'all sit there together as often as y'all do throughout the week?
I'll be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you. Or I gotta disagree with you on that.
What?
Coming from the Joe Budden standpoint, I'm not like, if me and my brothers, we can't get along, we can't do it. Listen, bro, you know what I'm saying? We gotta dead the business relationship, but I gotta continue over the Joe Budden podcast show. Because you got to look at it like this. Joe Budden did put a lot of footwork in to get in a lot of stuff. Like, granted, Rory says he played a part in the beginning of some things that transpired, which I don't know. That's all on account of his word. I can only take his word for it. But truthfully, Joe Budden podcast show wouldn't be a Joe Budden podcast show without Joe Budden.
Bro,
people weren't looking for a Rory and a Maul. That's the only reason why I give Joe Budden a slight defense, not a big one. Because after hearing Rory and Maul, I do agree with them. The only reason why I give Joe Budden a slight defense is because nobody's checking for a Rory or a Maul. They're checking for Joe Budden. So his name did help catapult even their careers to an extent. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Just his name.
Yeah, but at the same time, the way I'm looking at this shit is the motherfucker just disrespectful. On
Yeah,
some
no,
real
no,
shit.
I ain't saying
Somebody,
he hate. Yeah,
white boy should have slapped shit out of him. Treat him like a straight bitch. Just slap shit.
I don't know. I think he was scared of Joe Budden though.
Yeah.
I think he said he wanted to fight, but he ain't really want to fight because if he wanted to fight, he would have fought.
Just slap shit out of him.
Anybody who really want to fight, gonna fight. And you ain't about to sit there and say you want to fight on air, but then not really throw hands with me, bro. Nah, you gotta run that fade.
You said you gotta run that fade.
Win, lose, or draw. Win, lose, or draw. I'm taking that fade, bro.
Somebody going, yeah.
Okay. Bro, that's not going on camera for the world to see, and then we not do nothing about that.
Yeah.
And I think, but see, that's another thing. I think where Joey has another defense too, is because if you on camera saying, Joe, you want to fight? Fight me, Joe. I'll fight you. I'll fight you right now, Joe. But you really saying it, you playing it off like it's a joke, but you're really meaning it. And you're on camera saying it. And I'm letting you slide a couple times saying it, but you keep persistently saying it. Okay, go home. Don't come into work tomorrow. Oh, y'all still want to feel? Okay, you fired, bro. Because the way you have an issue, but the way that you're delivering your issue to me in this moment, I don't care if I didn't respond to you the last 2 months, or you thought that I wasn't responding to you the way I should have responded to you, because perception is a motherfucker too.
Yeah.
So how you perceive my response is not my fault. But then you telling me you want to fight me on live air? Oh, run my fade. And then get the fuck
Joe
off.
ain't want to say. Did Joe tell him let's go and do this? That's gonna.
No, Rory said let's fight a couple times.
Okay, what Joe say? Joe just sat there.
Yeah, Joe tried to keep it a little professional. I don't know, man. Joe's a nut. Joey is a nut. I respect what he's done and everything that he's done, because honestly, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't even be doing what we doing right now. You get what I'm saying?
Man, fuck that shit. I ain't trying to hear that shit.
Man, it's the truth. Go look it up. Joe Budden pioneered this whole YouTube podcast shit. That's the reason why, bro. That's the reason why he was so mad
about hip hop.
The YouTube podcast in general.
No.
He was one of the reasons. He was one of the pioneers of this shit. Yeah, he was. He was one of the first ones to blow up and do this shit big.
You talking about celebrity shit? So like out of Fat Joe and all
the podcast. Who was podcasting before Joe Budden on YouTube?
Bro, there's been podcasts. It just ain't been on no rap shit
on YouTube. No, when Joey started doing it, they was looking at Joey like he was fucking crazy. Cause they was trying to offer him the radio deals first. Cause he was doing radio podcasts too, and he was also doing his joints on YouTube. Cause he had to go back to his YouTube channel.
I guess, but you know what though? Everything is everything, because it's just a spinoff of the motherfucking Breakfast Club and shit. So you really, I mean, it depends on how you looking at it. In my opinion.
Yeah, but the Breakfast Club came after Joe Budden.
What?
Yes, the Breakfast Club.
Are you talking about podcasting?
The YouTube channel shit came after Joe Budden. Joe Breakfast Club. No, Joe Budden was doing this shit way before Breakfast Club was doing these shows on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't even say. I can't even speak on it because
the Breakfast Club just had a bigger push because they had a bigger engine behind them.
Yeah, I don't watch the nigga, dog. Joe Budden he don't do it for me. You know what I'm saying? We did this. Look, shout out to Blaze because we did this subject because my bro like we doing this one. I'm all right. Fuck it.
I mean, look, we gotta talk about it. You know what I'm saying? There's some things you want to talk. You got to talk about Tekashi Snitch 9. Yeah, I gave you that video. What was that? About a month or 2 ago? 2 months ago? I gave you that video. That whole ass nigga. Let you talk about.
Yeah, you ain't really want to do it either.
No, and I'm sitting in the video.
I felt like this shit was funny. Toodaloo.
He's not funny to me. He's not funny to me.
Nah, he ain't funny. It's it's content. Fuck it.
Who's funnier than he is? I'm trying to think. Chris Rock is funnier than he is.
Fucking man, I don't like Chris Rock either. All right.
Shout out to Chris Rock. Chris Rock is Chris Rock is a legend. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to my bro Blaze the guy, man. I appreciate you, my dog. This is Hustle Culture, man. Y'all make sure y'all follow us on the Facebook page. I appreciate all the engagement, man. I've been seeing more and more engagement. I seen some engagement today. So
watch out for that Hustle Culture merch coming on the way real soon.
He said real soon. Hustle Culture merch will come, but I ain't talking about no real soon. Y'all make sure y'all go to lgcbranded.com. Trey Blaze the guys.
You can get some Hustle Culture merch there. No, I'm just joking.
Legacy, LGC branded, Legacy branded. Check out the website.
You don't push it soon. I'm taking it, pushing it, bro. You're gonna have to sue me for it.
I got another name though. That's the thing that's fucked up. People don't realize about me. Slap a name.
I'm using that one too.
Motherfucker. Run. Good luck.
Don't tell me I'm using that one too.
Good luck. I ain't gonna tell you, goddammit. That's why I still got the what's the name? The domain.
Yeah, they say you need about 7. They say you need about 7 passive income. I'm about to take them all.
Y'all come over here and buy some merch, man. I'm gonna make sure I include the website link below. Follow us on Hustle Culture. Both the links will be below, man, in the videos. We appreciate everybody, man, that's been subscribing, everybody that's been following. Share the video. Help us out, man. Blaze.
Yo.
We out, bro. Holla at y'all. Peace.